Welcome back to my channel, LeonTXP here, and today I'm going to be tackling Call of Cthulhu. I believe this came out a couple years ago or so. Like the title says, it's a Lovecraftian mystery game. We get to play detective a lot. That's about as much as I know about it. I've had it in my library for a while and just hadn't taken the time to get into it yet. Full disclosure, I'm also making soup, so in about like 10 minutes or so I'll have to take that off the stove. Pierce Investigations Agency, Boston, 1924. Edward Pierce, a veteran of the First World War, drowns his memories in liquor and sleeping pills. He is now a private detective who has trouble finding a case able to lift him up from his torpor. Pierce must find a new case quickly or risk losing his license. Okay, so even in the early 1900s, you had to have a detective license, I guess? Or I guess a license for your business, agency, liabilities, and whatnot. Enter madness. Madness? This is Sparta. If I am mad, it is mercy. May the gods pity the man who in his callousness can remain sane to the hideous end. H.P. Lovecraft. I've really only read one H.P. Lovecraft book, but I mean his works are such an inspiration even to this day. Are we having a bad dream? Pretty giant intestines everywhere, entrails. Oh, shark? Tuna? Definitely shark. Well, that's not so grotesque. I grew up hunting and fishing, that's nothing for me. Okay, well, we can't break chains with our hands, so obviously we're not Kratos. We got bolt cutters or like a key or something. Beautiful atmosphere right off the bat. I like the setting. Oh, okay, that's why it told us to crouch. Counter darkness, you must light up some items in order to interact with them. Okay, so I can't see that. Bolt cutters. Anything else here? Do we got collectibles? Secrets? Red means boom, right? Why is my controller rumbling? Let's get this first one. I don't know which way. I don't know if they both lead to the same place. It's early in the game, so there's probably not too much that's missable.
In my wake, hold along. Fate inescapably draws you on.
Yeah, fate's a bit of a bitch. Oh, look at this. We got whales. We got sharks.
What a putrid offering.
Neato. The smell can't be too great.
Don't fight. You have been chosen.
Aww. You chose me? How sweet. I feel honored.
Behold. Everything has already been written. But perhaps you will attempt to change your destiny.
Is this me? What an idiot. Oh, that wasn't me. Hit the whiskey a little too hard last night. And every day, apparently.
Been a while since I jotted down something other than my nightmares.
Pierce Investigation Agency. The doctor can well repeat to me that I no longer need my remedy to keep my memories at bay, but I know that if I stop, the memories will return. One of these mornings I probably won't wake up. Despite the treatment, I again hear voices in my dreams, but they are different, unknown. They seem to surface from unfathomable and ancient depths. What nameless creature is calling me? Let's keep the radio on.
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology. A good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy.
The bar owner who hired me didn't like the way I closed this case, but when you're already outside the law, there's not a lot one can do against a private detective who's got proof against you. Okay, so that's a case that we solved.
Married woman runs off with her girlfriend.
Case closed.
Couldn't understand it.
The husband never understood that his wife had left him. He kept on calling me weeks after the investigation had been closed. That sounds rough, buddy.
The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases.
Okay.
I used to be an avid reader. A lost battalion. Holding your position and obeying orders. That isn't courage.
Right, he's a World War I veteran, it said that. Okay, I guess this is what we... Let's not. Unless that's what advances the story. You know what, let's stick to character. He's got a bit of a problem. Let's go ahead and stick to it right now. This will affect your destiny. Okay.
I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce, private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem.
Check my
with
suit.
file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
Oh. Allocate your character points. Each character point allows you to improve the score of a skill. Strength? I don't usually roll towards strength anymore. I used to when I was a lot younger. I have 8 character points available. Medicine represents your medical knowledge. Improving this skill increases your chances of determining the dosage of a drug, of making a diagnosis, or of expressing your understanding of a medical problem. Occultism. This is a pretty big theme in Lovecraftian works, so this might be useful. Occultism represents your knowledge of the occult sciences. Improving this skill increases your chances of determining the use and origin of occult artifacts, and of expressing your knowledge of the myth. Psychology. We are amateur. Psychology represents your knowledge of human behavior. Improving this skill increases your chances of understanding the motivations of a person based on his or her behavior or on the analysis of objects. I might go some points to psychology. Eloquence represents your ability to influence those you talk to by your power of speech. Improving the skill increases your chances of convincing or manipulating during discussions. Spot hidden represents your ability to find hidden objects. Improving this skill increases your chances of finding hidden objects. An undiscovered object will not appear in-game. Investigation. We're professional at this. Represents your investigating talents. Improving this skill increases your chances of understanding past events by analyzing a crime scene or an object and of picking locks. Let's get some psychology and how about medical knowledge? Oh, we've got 6 available character points. That's before levels. I get it now. So we're a professional psychologist now, amateur in medicine. Still a novice in occultism, but let's go with that.
Thank you for this information, Mr. Pierce. Our files will soon be up to date. And on a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do, there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, are you still...
I'm coming.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem, and I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl, she is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture. That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
Let's look at the painting first.
What's this symbol on the man's chest? It's as if Sarah Hawkins breathed a message into it.
Consult diary. Alright, examine the Hawkins file.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin.
A shipping label. Some of it's unreadable, but I can make out part of the address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater. The police report. It says that the fire started in the dining room and claimed the whole family. The police decide on a domestic accident, but they nevertheless insist on Sarah Hawkins' mental frailty. Why? A press cutting. An article written about the marriage of Sarah and Charles Hawkins, a businessman from the island of Darkwater. They live a recluse life there with their only son, Simon.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
I don't know, man. She was batshit. You shouldn't take this painting lightly. Unlocked answer. Something's not right with the story. Investigation professional. You shouldn't take this painting lightly. I guess it says unlocked answer, so
could be exactly as it appears. I think your daughter is sending you a message.
That's what I believe, too. It was 3 months ago that I received the call from the police telling me of my daughter's death. And yet a short while after, this painting was delivered to my home. The painting is linked to this case, can't you see? You must find the meaning behind all this.
Something's not right.
It was a big deal on the island. But the police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
The
Warehouse
Sunday
36?
mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
We don't need to talk about the mental fragility, I don't think. Okay, let's let that cool off. Alright, that's all the information I need.
Beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Understood.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You'll be handsomely compensated.
Handsomely,
All
you say?
I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
You're a very
Something's
backhanded,
But it's not like I have a
something's
choice.
queer.
Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic.
Learning of Medicine, Volume 1. A dense work aimed at interns and young practitioners. This first volume lists all illnesses known in the civilized world. It details the symptoms and suitable treatment.
I'll no doubt find some information on this island in there. I used to be an avid reader.
Okay, so it should be somewhere we haven't looked before. Let's turn our radio back. We can't.
I should get rid of all this stuff. Darkwater is off the coast of Boston. But I've never heard of it. According to this book, it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century. But it seems to have been shunned since then.
Darkwater Island has been inhabited since the 14th century and is still rich with the many memories left by its lost tribes. But don't let the romanticism of these moving evidences of such naive and primitive beliefs fool you into forgetting how violent their gods were. A gigantic creature still ornates the walls of long-abandoned caves. Was it a sea or a dream god? no one knows, but today's inhabitants, the sons and daughters of the proud whale hunters, still remember the mysterious and tumultuous story of their small land off the coast of Massachusetts.
All I have to do is go to the port. I just hope that I can find a boat able to take me to dark water.
Trophy earned, the Sarah Hawkins case. Pierce took the Hawkins case. The cursed artist is accused of having caused the fire that killed her and her family. As the only clue, she left her father a disturbing painting, on the shipping label an address, a warehouse set on the docks of the island of Darkwater. The place seems to be the starting point for Pierce's investigation. Yeah, so far, not a lot of thoughts on the game yet. The atmosphere of the dream sequence was pretty cool. I like games like this where your stats, like knowledge of occultism and knowledge of medicine, can play into the kind of character that you are. I don't know which one I want to specialize in. Generally, you probably don't want to be spread out your abilities too much. It's good to specialize in something with these kinds of games, I find. I'm really leaning towards psychology. Because understanding people is kind of a thing that I like to do myself, so...
We're almost there.
Right back at you, bro. Call of Cthulhu. Registered trademark. I believe that's what R means. Oh, I thought that said Sela. It says Scylla.
Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload.
Hot. Hot. Hot.
Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Thank you.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
This kind of reminds me of Fallout.
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
A nice young woman, and a great pain to what a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell
I don't see why, but okay.
But his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
Okay, so we'll check out the bar. Let's see. Oh, there's a leaning mechanic. L1 and R1 are peaking mechanics. That's not something I like to see after playing Alien Isolation. Hey, your hook almost got me in the eye.
police do their work. Hey, Sullivan. Can't you go any faster? The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
Warehouse
I'm looking for
36?
this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
Ah. And so who are you?
I didn't introduce myself. Edward Pierce, private detective.
In any case, it's not very important. I can't answer that.
You can't? Or you don't want to?
Oh, no. I'm not getting into those games, me. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real.
Ooh, medicine.
Blood is just beginning to coagulate. It
Ex
died a short
Oblivion.
time ago. Only
What's
a
that trophy?
specialist would know what killed it.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Oh, yeah? He's gonna get us into trouble.
You can see that I'm busy, can't you?
You can't understand. You're not sailors.
Okay.
It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real bad.
What could have done so much damage?
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
They're cops. They can't understand.
Let's see what's going on over here.
Hey, you'll get us into trouble.
You're already in trouble.
Come on.
There's nothing for you here either.
You can see he's
Beat
half drunk.
it.
There's nothing to sort out. Your chum wanted
Okay. I guess we'll check out the bar.
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine.
Hello? Hello? Well, you guys must all be, brothers, huh? Triplets? Rude.
Hey, be careful. Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
Hold to test eloquence. The guy didn't show respect. Test eloquence
You
then?
saw what happened. He's the troublemaker.
Oh, you're a true mainlander. A real princess.
Thank you.
You strut around with your la-di-da ways, and then, as soon as the pressure arises, you start squealing. You
That's
don't
me.
have what it takes to drink my whiskey. You've got to earn it.
I'm here for information, not for a fight.
I prefer it that way. Speak then. I reserve the right to answer or not.
Fair enough. They like when you order a drink, right? Bartenders. He owns this place, so...
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
Oh, yeah? That must have been before you came looking for a fight in my bar.
Oh, come on. Because of a little tussle.
Drinking it here is a privilege, and I grant the privilege to whoever I want. Anything else?
You know
Warehouse
where this
36?
place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams.
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
Darkwater? Why the
The
stranded whale?
I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of dockwater. When our whalers left for long months and came back, sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Talk, you'll feel better for
You
it.
don't dare say a thing because you respect their memory. But that doesn't mean that you don't have a lot on your mind.
You're not a PI for nothing. Okay. I don't know what it's worth, though. But Mrs. Hawkins, she went to see her doctor very often.
She was sick.
Ah, I shouldn't have mentioned it to you. Forget it.
Alright.
Her vision. Was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
I guess... Oh, wait, we just did that.
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
That'll be all for now.
Alright, what other characters do we have here?
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
The Shanty. 21st of May, 1847. Miraculous catch. The Scylla returns to port to save Darkwater from famine. We had given up hope. The crew of the Scylla, or what remains of it, returned to Darkwater port late on Tuesday afternoon. The locals immediately rushed to the docks to welcome the last whaling ship on the island. People were amazed at the sight of the unbelievable catch the brave vessel had on board. Of a size that went beyond that of the formidable toothed whales, the cetacean that is already being called the miraculous catch covered the whole deck, and parts of it were hanging over the side of the ship. The surviving sailors told a frightening account of their perilous catch, but also of its meat, unmatched in its quality, and plentiful nutritious benefits. There is no doubt that the immense size of this whale will allow numerous inhabitants of Darkwater to feed themselves, bringing an end to the famine from which part of the island was suffering. Warehouse for rent. Mr. Marks is putting his warehouse up for rent from June for fishing, workshop, or storage activities. You can contact him via your favorite newspaper or visit him on the docks. Special evening at the Stranded Whale. To celebrate the return of our brave whalers, all the staff of the Stranded Whale invite you to an exceptional and free tasting event. Come with your family or with friends. Taste the miraculous catch. Each person will leave with a bottle of oil, so don't hesitate.
Do you like our song?
Sure.
We're true sirens.
We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
I saw the newspaper clipping. You don't believe it, do you?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last...
Boy, his neck
the
operates.
biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
Boy, the way his neck moves. Hey, you were checking me out earlier. What's up?
Stranger?
I don't know.
I've rarely seen a woman who can hold her liquor so confidently.
What gives you the right to judge me?
Ah, it was a compliment.
So what? Let me drink, stranger. I told you to beat it.
Okay, well, we are quite the charmer. Obviously. Okay, well, I don't think there's a lot else to find out here.
Charles Hawkins was a heavy drinker. And a debtor. Interesting.
Owed $60. A decent amount in the 20s, I believe. Hey, your friend's a
I
jerk.
brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in
This
truth,
table's
you're
next to
likely
me.
Be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. But that's all I'll get from them.
Only a few dates are still legible. 1890, 1907, and a partial date. The rest of the document is blacked out. Who would want this information to be hidden? Oh, whoa. Okay. Well, there you are.
A souvenir from a more prosperous era. I guess this blackboard hasn't been wiped for more than 70 years. The Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor.
Learning of Medicine, Volume 2. Teaches ethics and good practice to medical staff. View the character sheet. Okay, so that does further my stats a bit. Sanity. Mental trauma. Okay. Good to know. Anything useful upstairs?
This man and Fitzroy could be twins.
Who looks like Captain Fitzroy posing on the bridge of a ship. He has a wooden leg.
What a macabre souvenir.
Macabre. I always read that as macabre. Macabre.
I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman, Cat.
The terms of our agreement are clear. Keep your men under control. You cannot afford to provoke us. No need to answer this message. Just make your payment to the carrier. Cat.
Broken. This place seems half abandoned.
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights of the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I'm surprised Charles Hawkins had goods to store, knowing that whaling stopped in 1847.
I see that you're interested in the history of our island. Indeed, maritime activities ceased altogether at the end of the last century. I imagine that the Hawkins family had other types of contracts.
But you don't know with whom?
No, it was none of my business.
I was looking at your photograph. The one of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
Killer whales don't have many known predators.
That's true. And normally, they're not found around here. But, you're gonna take me for a fool.
Give it a try.
Have you heard about the depths? Trenches that plunge into the earth and that shelter creatures unlike any other.
You're talking about...
Like the marijuana. Like the marijuana
Indeed,
trench.
you're right.
The police took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake. Who says that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these waters?
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death, at least. The miraculous catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailor's return to Darkwater Harbor. It's displayed on a wall of the stranded whale.
I found a threatening letter, signed by a certain cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
Okay.
I'm looking for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty.
It's pretty giant.
Miss it.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely. Ship owners from father to son.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse. I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
Why are all the lights green? Okay, they're leaving there.
Shysters, you're crazy. Cops, they can't understand.
Anything to be found around the docks? Can I climb up this? Okay.
Damnation. I broke it.
So if we up our investigation, our investigative skills, then we can lockpick better.
St. Brendan. Patron saint of sailors and travelers. Desecrated. Looks like Phoenician. Or a very primitive runic script. I've never seen anything like it.
Okay, well, glad we did that. people guarding over there. I can crouch into there.
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh?
We saw what you did to St. Brendan.
What?
Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
How can I be the one who defaced your saint? I've just come ashore, you idiots.
That's true. We're as drunk as lords.
You bet. You could have gone by without us seeing you.
Do not rile me. You can hardly stand up.
He's right.
We're no match. For the moment. We're annoyed. It's understandable.
There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue.
Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us.
What brings you to dark water?
Who are these guys?
The two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum.
They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder?
They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors.
If only they would kill each other.
Who's
Is
Cat?
it Cat who's shaking down Captain Fitzroy?
Hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing.
Nothing at all.
I've taken
Okay.
enough of your time.
We'll see you later.
They're nice enough.
You could tell me. No, if it gets out, I'll have serious problems with you-know-who.
How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot. And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway.
Okay, so we're finding out a little bit about Cat. I don't think they're gonna let us through. Alright, so I don't really climb or anything then. Maybe let's go through where those other people...
Where do you think
Left hand.
you're going?
I've got
I'm
to
not
get into
here
the
to
warehouse.
hinder your work, officer. Edward Pierce, private detective.
Sorry, we're all a little on edge today. What are you doing here?
I'm investigating the death of the Hawkins family.
Darn it. Why do you want to drag up all that stuff again?
My investigation has led me to this warehouse.
That case was closed months ago.
What more can you say about the death of the Hawkins family?
Not much more than what everyone knows. I wasn't on the case. They were all burnt to death, right? Up at their place.
The whole mansion went up in flames.
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around up there. It's dangerous.
What do you mean by that?
The only one left there is old Silas, and the accident has affected him badly. He can be unpredictable, especially if a stranger starts poking around the property.
Is he a danger to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. Leave him well alone.
Okay.
They can't understand. Damn stupid idiots. Forget it. Nobody listens.
So let's go check the area that we weren't able to get to last time. Hello?
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
I didn't see anything, actually.
I've seen the kind of messages their boss sends. You're not scared of her.
Of course I am. Everyone's scared of that woman. She's not interested in small fry like me. You, on the other hand, nose around too much, you'll have dealings with her.
Yeah, something tells me that's probably
I shall
gonna
take
happen.
my leave.
inconvenient place to park your car. The spot skill allows you to detect hidden items in close range. Once these items are found, the detection icon will appear grayed out.
It looks like there's a way in under this grate.
Oh. Can we go up the ladder?
I could use this old winch to lift the grating, but it's been completely taken to bits.
Okay, so we need a way to get the winch working.
A whale vertebra. If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil.
So we need a decent handle. Lever.
This handle will be perfect for the winch.
Mount the handle. Can I turn it? Okay. Oh. Ratchet device. This part enables heavy loads to be lifted and held aloft without risk.
A ratchet device. Exactly what I need.
Okay. Mount the ratchet device. Now? Ouch. Okay, so we need one more piece then. Is it going to be in here? Maybe it's outside? Unless I missed something up top. I guess let's check outside. How do I put away my lighter? Oh, okay. Oh, here it is. Cogwheel.
It should be possible to mount this cogwheel on the winch.
There we go.
Looks like everything is in its place. All I have to do is turn this handle.
Okay, so strength can be pretty important too. Good to know. Why is there so much green? Oh, I don't like that.
Smoke. It's coming from this oil.
Pretty rancid oil.
Toxic.
Okay, well, we know that now. Ugh. Stagnant water. Don't like that. Fish? Oh my god. It's devilfish. The delusional investigator. Oh, it's just seaweed.
This is primitive.
What's the symbol? Do you see that spiral symbol around a lot of places in the world on old petroglyphs?
Oh, this place stinks.
Yo,
What
this
is the connection
this can't be
between this
anything
place and the Sarah
compared to the
Hawkins
cave.
case?
To enter reconstruction scene, hold L2 and R2. What? Psychology.
What happened here?
Alright, so he punched the window. Mirror. He punched the mirror.
Who has enough money to buy painkillers, but stays in a place like this? Can't sleep. I know how that feels.
More
It smells
entrails.
as bad as it looks. Is this one of Sarah Hawkins' paintings? Le Petit Parisien. Who might keep a news clipping about Sarah Hawkins? What is this picture of Charles and Sarah Hawkins doing here?
He was sleeping here? A character point earned. What should we use it towards? We're learning a little bit more about occultism. We've only got the one character point, so let's beef up our medicine and occult skills. Can only be improved by objects discovered in the environment. Interesting. I see. Understanding past events or locks. We only have the 1 point, right? I guess let's do spot hidden. Oh, I have 2 character points available. Okay, so let's do the spot hidden. And we can work on our eloquence, or let's move towards picking locks. Alright, so we've checked this area. I wonder if there's anything... No, I don't think there's any spot hidden now. Okay.
Someone has settled in here.
And whoever it is has something to tell me about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there?
Hi.
Yo, don't move! Detective Pierce. I told you to stay away from this warehouse.
That you did. I have psychology.
You seem like a competent officer. We should help each other.
You're trying to manipulate me, Mr. Pierce. I hate to be taken for a fool.
All right, Inspector Lestrade. Let me take a more direct approach. Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange portrait. Wait, I know it. It was in the Hawkins mansion when we came to investigate the fire.
So you confirm that it was removed from the crime scene? Interesting. I'd like to go and see the mansion now.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail? I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My car's parked down the way.
The one that's blocking out
Andrews,
everything.
Would you please shut the door? And open your eyes, damn it. This guy went right under your nose.
I sure did.
God damn it. Her again.
Is this Cat?
This case has nothing to do with you, Baker.
Baker.
Clear the passage or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley.
Oh, it is
You've
Cat.
finally grown a pair. Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Classic.
Who are you?
Come on, keep the smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Okay, I get it. Can we go to the mansion now?
Who the hell are you? What were you doing on my turf? I've got my eye on you. We'll meet again.
Okay.
Is it far, this mansion?
Look behind you, at the top of the ridge. You see the building?
Wow.
That's the Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do.
That is quite the location. Might as well put my dishes away. Okay. Who's there?
Well, here we are. Hawkins mansion. The place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
Yeah, I thought it was a big fire, wasn't it?
Scorched trees or fire damage on the building.
You're pretty damn observant, ain't you?
I am.
The fire was quickly contained. Old Silas acted as soon as he could.
Not soon enough to save the Hawkins.
They were trapped in the drawing room. And don't go troubling Silas anymore. His guilt torments him enough as it is. Are we gonna take a closer look at this mansion, or do you have other questions?
You're not the first to talk about Winchester?
Your partner, Andrews, warned me against him.
You managed to get something out of that bum? I'll end up asking you for advice.
He talks too much. He inferred that old Silas was slightly unhinged.
That's not far off the mark, I suppose. But kinda unfair at the same time. You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like a son to him. The day of the fire, he lost his whole family. So he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, in a way he's still watching over them. Is there anything else you want to ask me? Or do you want to go up there?
I think one last thing.
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins case.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my convictions.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry about.
Could he be a problem?
Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little touched. Though, he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee, if you don't want to listen to my advice, we might as well go. Right?
Night
Yes.
falls quickly here, and I want to be able to see when we arrive.
I'll go with you, if only to reassure Silas.
Why not?
Okay.
You can help.
Right. Let's go.
Wow, this is a big courtyard. Is there any snooping around we should do? There's a chair.
This entrance is still in use.
Jesus.
You were trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them. Dump them into the ocean.
You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe. Let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater.
You haven't forgiven yourself. You stay here to honor the memory of the deceased.
That's true. I want no more violence. No more tragedy.
It's painful to be the last one left.
You don't know how right you are. Understood. I'm listening.
The police report describes a domestic accident, but Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
No, I can't let you in. The mansion isn't safe.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked, and I make sure it stays that way.
You really shouldn't need
No one
this
lives
key.
in the mansion, and you don't take care of it anymore. If you have a good reason to be here, I'm listening.
There's vermin. I keep an eye out.
Vermin?
Yeah, that's it, vermin.
Right. This is what we're going to do. I go inside, and I promise that I'll hunt vermin. Okay with you?
I'm not sure.
If there's nothing else to fear, you can give me that key.
Right. Take the key and
A
do
terrible
what you have
old
to
man.
do. Go on, then. Just to get rid of you.
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion.
I don't know where the cop went. He was supposed to be here just to help me with that. Are you kidding me? You stayed right here?
Pierce, shall we enter? Now that you've finished your fun and games with Silas, we can perhaps inspect the mansion.
You're right. Let's go.
I currently don't like you. I do not care for you, officer.
Let's take a look inside.
I'm with you.
Chapter 3, we're making some headway here. I've got some things to take care of, so I'm gonna kind of pause on this for now, but I'll end the stream, and I'll continue on with this after a little bit after I take care of my endeavors that I have to do today. There's not a lot, but yeah. So I'm going to continue with this here a little bit later, and get to downloading and editing this a bit. I might put it on YouTube, or I might just wait until I play a little bit more and then upload tonight. But yeah, anyhow, thank you all for catching some of this game here with me. I like it so far. It's pretty story based, of course, but it's got some intriguing detective aspects to it. So yeah, alright, well, otherwise, take it easy. Peace.